Okay, so I wanted to take the time out in this intro to just kind of get into something that I feel like I've been overlooking, but I finally noticed, like when I was watching this movie. Yo, why the hell do movie trailers have intermission ads now? Why is there literally a commercial break for my movie trailers? Like, movie trailers, while this isn't something I've normally complained about, movie trailers are already long enough. Why the hell are y'all putting so many advertisements in? Like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? I already have the Disney Plus issue where I literally have to watch 3 1 minute and 30-second commercial breaks for a 30-minute fucking show that absolutely makes my mind want to fucking melt. And now you guys are making me watch advertisements in the middle of movie trailers that are already 25 minutes. Like, why are there so many what is the big advertisement deal now? Like, come on, look, respect to every soldier who is fighting in the Army, Navy, Marines, whatever corps you fight for. Amazing. Why are we having Army intermissions in the middle of movie trailers, guys? Like, I have to watch 4 movie trailers and then an intermission ad for the Army, and then 3 more trailers after that. Does that make any sense to you? Does that, like, who came up with that? What are we doing? Can we just go back to 20-minute trailers? Although I will say the other day, the fact that trailers are so long did save me from being late for my movie. Thank God. But I just wanted to get that off my chest because what the actual fuck? Advertisements have gone too far. You have ruined enough. Get out of my movie trailers. But regardless, this is Abigail. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for Abigail, starring Melissa Barrera, I believe her name is Alicia Ware, Catherine Newton, Dan Stevens, and it was directed by, his name is Matt Bettinelli-Olpin. And our story basically follows a group of highly trained criminals and people who are very good with skills, I'm just going to put it that way, who are recruited to essentially kidnap a little girl and hold her hostage for 24 hours while they figure out how to basically manipulate her dad into giving them $50 million. And basically through the night, what happens is they find out that this girl is a lot more special than they first intended, because she actually turns out to be not only a vampire, but one that knows ballerina and is pretty damn good at it. And that is all you need to know about this movie, because it's really the only thing that got us into the theater, that and this good ensemble of, you know, actors and actresses, including Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens, Angus Cloud, R.I.P. to that man, and Catherine Newton, of course, too. But look, oh God, guys, this is going to be hard for me because I know this movie's getting good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, but for me personally, I thought this movie was going to be so much better than what it was. I wanted this movie to be like the Ready or Not, the Happy Death Days, the very wonky, quirky, out-of-this-world horror films, or horror comedy films that really just entertain me so much, and I absolutely adore and love them. I wanted it to be up there with the Ready or Nots and the Happy Death Days of horror comedies, but sadly, the writing and the execution of this movie was all over the fucking place. I mean, I'm personally going to get into what I did not like about this film before I get into what I liked. I'm going to switch it around today because it's just a lot of this stuff bothered me. Okay, so just to begin with the very, very poor script. I mean, even from the beginning of the movie when Angus Cloud said it's about to get real accelerated in this bitch. First of all, what? Who says that? Who says it's about to get... He's supposed to be a professional driver. Well, Melissa Barrera calls him out on that. But he's supposed to be some highly skilled driver, and you say it's about to get real accelerated in this bitch? There is no driver with any amount of skill, I don't care how good you are, that would ever say anything remotely close to that. That was a stupid line. What else do we have? First, another thing. The very, 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 very forced relationship between Melissa Barrera and I believe the actor's name is William Callett, who was in Black Lightning in 1001. The forced relationship between these two that they tried to make in the movie was absolutely atrocious. Those two had no chemistry whatsoever, and it was very unnecessary. There was no need to try to make any romantic tension between any characters in this situation. Honestly, a nice little friendship could have just been brewing there. It didn't need to be more than that because there was no chemistry between those two characters whatsoever. Also, it's like an exceedingly crazy age difference. I don't know how old William Callett is, but it's like watching a fucking like 50-year-old try to hit on a 28 to, I think Melissa Barrera is 30, but try to hit on a girl like 20 years younger than her. Like, dude, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. You look pretty weird right now. And then, like I said, beyond that, the writing for this movie is just absolutely atrocious, and the execution of it, because what I mean is, this movie had a great concept. This whole ballerina vampire thing, I was bought in. I was sold. I was ready to watch whatever unfolded with this shit. But then, this movie, as it continues to go on, realizes maybe like an hour in, oh shit, we really don't have much else to add to this this concept. So let's just start trying a bunch of shit. Let's just start throwing in a bunch of random twists and turns and just random shit that characters are doing, and then let's try this idea out. It's literally as if they sat in a room and they only had an hour of footage recorded, and then they just started going around a room and asking, hey, what do you think we should add into this movie? Okay, let's do that. Hey, what do you think we should add into this movie? All right, let's try that. Hey, what do you think we should add into this movie? That's a little absurd. Do you think that really fits into the movie? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We do need stuff to fill the runtime. Let's put it in the movie. They're just putting random shit in the movie, and it all comes out to an ending that could have honestly been a lot better had the execution or the build-up to said ending had been much better. But the build-up to the ending that we got, I felt like they were just trying to make 3 or 4 different movies, and they didn't really realize which one they wanted to stick with, so they made all of them, and they put all these ideas into this movie, and it just made for a complete mess of a film, in my opinion. Now, I will not sit here and say there are not fun moments with this movie. The vampire shit is really cool. The blood, gore, and guts, all very cool. And Dan Stevens at the end of this movie was having a fuck ton of fun, and that is one thing I will not hate on, because that dude was actually killing it at the end of this movie. By the end of this movie, Dan Stevens' character was a lot of fucking fun, and I absolutely loved what happened with his character. I just personally felt like the build up to that was leading us somewhere else, and we ended up getting that, and it's just like, this is I don't even know what they're trying to do anymore. They're just literally doing whatever they can to absolutely be crazy. And then, as far as the whole vampire lore goes itself, I think they really kind of played with the rules a lot when it comes to vampires. Like, they just kind of made up their own shit, but that's okay. It's not really the biggest deal. But Dan Stevens, I had a lot of fun with. I thought his character was very... He was a standout character for sure. He was an asshole, but he was a standout character for sure. And his intentions are just very random. Not necessarily because it's like his character was a dickhead throughout, but it's just that ending. I was completely thrown off. And not only Dan Stevens is not the only thing I was thrown off about at the ending. Something else happens in the end too that I'm just like, okay, I understand that y'all have addressed that, but for y'all to just randomly bring that up by the end of the movie, it's just okay, whatever. Melissa Barrera, she was great. But for me, the best part of this movie was Alicia Ware, the girl that plays Abigail. She was easily the biggest standout in the whole movie. She was terrific. Like I said, the vampire shit is really cool. This little girl plays an amazing vampire ballerina. She has a lot of great ballet skills. I loved how they intertwined the ballet and the vampirisms and just made for a very cool character. And like I said, there are fun moments throughout this movie, but the script is atrocious. The comedic relief for what the comedic moments they want to have in this movie are very hit or miss, and most of them, in my opinion, are miss. I really wanted more from this movie. I really wanted to love this movie as much as I had fun with Ready or Not and Happy Death Day, but it's just the concepts that they were trying in this movie, they were trying to do just way too much, trying to put way too many twists and turns into the movie, they were literally just going in circles trying so many different things to keep this thing entertaining. But I'm just clearly figuring out, like, very early on that they had no idea what they wanted to do with the main premise of the film, so they tried anything and everything they could that they made up. And I guess this is probably going to go down as one of the bigger disappointments of 2024 for me, because I just wanted this movie to be so much better. But we got what we got. So look, overall, like I said, this movie has its fun moments. Dan Stevens, Melissa Barrera. Oh, that's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about. Look, the ensemble of the actors and actresses that they put into this movie, I felt like some of them knew what movie they were supposed to be in, and then others kind of just were just trying to be anything else. Like Angus Cloud. The writing for Angus Cloud's character was just really, really stupid. Like, it's just like there's a lot of moments in this movie I'm just like, who talks like that? Who says stuff like that? Like, what is this character supposed to be? Like, but Angus Cloud did a very good job with what they were given or what he was given. And honestly, that's what a lot of these actors and actresses do. They just do well with what they're given, especially Catherine Newton. Catherine Newton's character could have been a complete and utter mess, but because Catherine Newton was the one playing this character, she absolutely did brilliant. I have to actually tip my cap to Catherine Newton because she knows how to work with bad material and do whatever she needs to do to salvage her character. So she's very talented at that. I have to tip my hat to her. Dan Stevens, like I said, I truly enjoyed where they went with his character and what we had going by the end of this thing, but I felt like the build up to that just was not alluding to that's where we were going with this movie, and they tried to do so many different things, so many different twists and turns in the movie. Giancarlo Esposito was very good in the movie as well, but like I said, there are just a lot of character choices and a lot of character moments in this movie that make absolutely no sense. They're just trying to do so many different things to keep this plot and this premise engaging, but it just ends up not being that. But another thing I did, like I said, about the ensemble cast, it just felt like some of them were in completely different movies than the others, and specifically Kevin Durand, if that's how you say his name, Durand. Yeah, Kevin Durand, who's actually a very talented actor. I cannot wait to see him in the Planet of the Apes movie, but this movie is just all over the place when it comes to the writing, guys. I truly do not know where it all went wrong, but it probably starts like honestly, where it all goes wrong is really once she turns into the vampire itself. That's really where everything goes wrong, and that's really not how it's supposed to go, but it went. And well, for all those reasons and so many more, guys, I'm going to give Abigail a 2.75 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, so Abigail, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Look guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff and so much more. Look, I really do appreciate it. This is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.